welcome to The Girl Who Got Well. I'm Nicole Alexandra, and I wanted to talk today about skin conditions, okay? Namely, one called seborrhea. No, it is not spelled how you think it is spelled. So today I come to you with no makeup and my glasses and, basically visually unprepared, so that I could show you a little bit about this condition called seborrhea. Yeah, so I'm going to do just a close-up here, looking at my skin, okay? And it's a little bit better than it was a couple days ago, okay? Because I've been treating it, all right? But what I've noticed is that with periods in my life of high stress, or really just high stress periods, all right, where the condition just seems to go haywire, all right? It like explodes. But when I'm either in school and going through a period of high stress from exams, or recently it was that my boyfriend was admitted to the hospital for 2 weeks post cancer surgery with some complications. And while he took that very, very well, I was a little less calm about it. I was worried about him, and it was high stress for that reason. He's doing very well. He's now out of the hospital, and we are so, so pleased about that. And I'm so happy to have him back at home. So I'm going to show you what I can. And look, you can already see that I have skin flaking in my hair, and that's a big part of it. So essentially what happens with seborrhea is that your body creates too much skin, right? So everyone's body creates a certain amount of skin, and normally it's only enough so that it can be sloughed off. The extra skin can be sloughed off at a certain time period, okay? It'll grow over a certain time period, and then it'll there was a piece right there, and then it'll fall off when it's time, right? But what happens here is that there's an excess of dry skin essentially that gets created, and what happens is you end up with these scabs essentially all over your head or wherever you have the condition of this excess skin, and eventually it flakes off. It can get really irritated as well. So it actually looks like doctors don't even know what causes seborrhea, but they do know that it is this excess skin, and it can be in a weakened immune system. It can be yeast. It can be a lot of different things, but it does say that stress does make it worse. I don't know that you can see because things are like I said, I've been treating it, but let's see if I can get better in the sunlight here. So it'll get really red and start to scab all around there. And recently it started climbing up my forehead here. And if it's left untreated, it starts climbing back there. And as you can see, it starts to, oh my goodness, it starts to spread around the temples, and then it starts going back into the scalp. Okay? And so what I'm left with is the look that I have insane dandruff, okay? You'll see it starting, it's up here as well. It'll just follow basically the brow line, or the hairline, because it is climbing back that way as well, okay? Another place that I get it, it's in the corner of my nose. Inside my ears. I'm not going to show you that because who knows what's in there. But inside my ears, behind my ears, just goes on and on, right? So the more stressed I am, the more this condition spreads, and the more it sticks around, all right? So what are some solutions? What are some things that I have come up with or come across, or others have told me that helps, and what makes it worse? Okay, so now we're going to take a look at some products that both either help or hurt the situation. They might help or hurt your dry scalp, even if it's not seborrhea, okay? Number 1 on the list, this is a little container that I put some hemp oil in, okay? So this is something that I just bought simply from Winners, I believe. So with this hemp oil, it's something I use just to keep my face hydrated, essentially. And the more hydrated it is, I find, the less easy it is for the dry skin condition to take hold and go crazy, okay? So next, we're looking at the pure tea tree oil. So this is an herbal antiseptic. And so it's sort of like an astringent as well as an oil, all right? I find this hugely helpful, and I can even often substitute my prescribed medicated cream for this natural tea tree oil, and I do that quite frequently. So next we have a similar product, but not quite the same thing. We have tea tree oil face wash, okay? Now, I'm not going to do this right, I'm not going to wash my face right now in front of you, but this, I just put a bit on a wet face cloth in the shower and wash my face with it and then rinse it off in the shower. And I'll often take a little bit extra and rub it along my hairline here, okay, where things are especially bad. They go back up here. I'll rub it in there and rub it in here, and that I find helps a lot. So next we have, this is my prescribed lotion for seborrhea. It's called Ketoderm, prescribed by my family doctor. Yeah, guys, so the Ketoderm is just used just like everything else that I've shown you, okay? A little bit goes a very long way. Rub it into the spots that are giving you trouble. And it will help with the itching, it'll help with the flaking, it'll essentially help clear it up, basically. All right, next up we have dry shampoo. All right, if you have seborrhea, I recommend not using dry shampoo of any kind, all right? What is dry shampoo other than a drying agent, right? All it does is dry up any oils on your scalp. And what I've been showing you today is how to oil your scalp, oil your skin in order to prevent the seborrhea, scabbing and flaking and all that stuff, right? If you have to use it, I do recommend using a natural dry shampoo. This one is rosemary and peppermint. It's 100% vegan, and there's no parabens or sulfates. And so sulfates are a big one. They're a big issue when it comes to sensitive skin and our shampoos, okay? So if you have seborrhea, and what I've actually just learned is that if you also have, or if you have rosacea, which is another skin condition that I have, you can be very sensitive to sulfates, and you can wind up with lots of allergic reactions, really, which is essentially, the allergic reaction symptoms are essentially that of seborrhea. So I'm going to be on the lookout now for a scalp care shampoo without these in it. And next we come to our hair care team. As you can see here, we have Head & Shoulders, a gentle, sensitive scalp formula. We have tea tree oil special shampoo, and we have polytar shampoo. Now, in doing research for this video, I wanted to go through and double check the ingredients of my products here, so that I don't recommend anything for habitual use with sodium lauryl sulfate or sodium laureth sulfate. As we've just gone over the potential issues with sulfates, they can actually worsen a condition like seborrhea. So I've just gone through and looked at the ingredients of all of these shampoos, which I assumed were safe for my scalp. And guess what? Every single one of them has sodium lauryl sulfate or sodium laureth sulfate, depending on the shampoo. I'm extremely unhappy to to see that, especially about polytar, okay? Because this was a last ditch effort shampoo where that, you know, doesn't smell good, but it can really do the trick. It has I think 4 different types of coal tar or something like that in it, and that's been shown to decrease the excess skin production that we find when we have seborrhea. But yeah, so it turns out that it's got sodium lauryl sulfate in it again. So all these products that are aimed at helping our scalp are actually containing products that can continue the cycle of seborrhea. So friends, that's my dry scalp, dry skin spiel. I hope it helped some of you, whether you have EDS or just dry skin in general. I hope that one of those products or some of the advice that I've given could help you. If you have better advice, if you have products that work all the time and very well, or natural products or products without sodium lauryl sulfate or parabens and all that stuff in it too, please comment, please send me an email, any of it. All right, thank you so much for tuning in to The Girl Who Got Well, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye-bye. 'Cause the sun will